Skater.
To meet you, you're a maniac. Wow, you are good.
It's true. In my homeland, they want me to play ice hockey for Olympics. I say, thank you very much, not for me. But why should I skate in freezing cold with hairy boys with no teeth when I can skate here on beach with beautiful girl in bikini?
So, how was dinner with your parents last night?
The usual. When my dad wasn't telling me how much money I'm not making, my mom was dropping hints about all her friends and their beautiful grandchildren.
Sounds like a fun evening.
Oh yeah, you want to fill in for me next time?
Sure.
These girls are amazing. If you're going to wear this little, why wear anything at all?
You're insane!
No! Romanian!
Attention 1TV6, we have a 415 ongoing disturbance on the north end of the boardwalk. Suspect is long-haired juvenile on Roman Road.
This is 156 responding.
Imagine all these perfect things and everything's so lovely.
Pizza bad for you.
If anybody living in Cleveland.
Good day, officers.
It's gotta be him.
Ice cream. Sorry, no time to stop. Uh-oh, this is not good.
All right, bozo, you know the drill. Hands over your head.
Please, please, officers, have mercy on me. I know I've done wrong. I'm willing to pay price, but please don't hurt me. I beg of you. I've seen on TV how American police hurt people. Look at it, it's too pretty to hurt like that.
Nobody is gonna hurt you.
Thank you. Wait. I have something. It's not a gun. It's an ID. May I? See? Harmless. I'm not sure, but I think it means I have... How do you say? Diplomatic immunity.
Okay, well, besides being slow, out of shape, and bald, oh, no. Put a fork in me, T. I'm done. All right, we need another warm body. Hey, come on, you want to play? Who, me? Yeah, come on. Take off your shirt. We're skins. Come on. All right, 6'8", eh? Let's do it. Hey, Tony Palermo.
Come over, see. It was fun.
I haven't seen you around here. What I heard about you?
I'm new in town. I'm back east. Excuse me.
Well, listen, welcome to the beach, huh?
Thanks.
You got a sweet game. Guys, I have to get back to work.
Get a job around here?
Yeah. I'm a cop.
And that thing?
I get around.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight?
Who's that?
We're not sure even what it is,
Who's
but we think it's from out of town.
I am Dimitriu Radu. I'm a political prisoner being held in direct violation of the terms of the Geneva Convention.
Right.
And he's got some high-level handlers waiting to see you up in your office.
Please, give them my regards.
Are you the commanding officer?
Right.
I demand that my son be released immediately.
He will be, Mr. Radu. It's just a misunderstanding.
Someone want to tell me what's going on?
Sure. We caught the kid tilt-tapping on the boardwalk.
Among other things. And then when we bust him, he claims he has diplomatic immunity.
He does have diplomatic immunity.
And you are?
I'm sorry, Arthur Lofton, State Department. This is Nestor Radu. He and his son are here with a high-level Romanian Trade Commission, guests of our government.
Let me get this straight. The kid with the white hair and the earring works for a Romanian Trade Commission.
As what? Minister in charge of terrorizing the boardwalk?
We understand that your people are just doing their jobs, but since no major crime was committed, the United States government would appreciate it if you'd release Mr. Radu's son as soon as possible.
He has diplomatic immunity?
Yes, he has.
There's no way we can hold him no matter what he's done.
Not really. I took care of this, Radu, but from now on, I suggest you put your boy on a shorter leash.
It will not be a problem, I promise you.
You made contact yet?
Yes, things are proceeding as we planned.
They better be.
So, Papa, you take off work to see the sights with me?
Thank you, officer.
Maybe do a little skating. I know how much you love these special times together.
I get the gloomy. Ești rușine. Slava Domnului, maica ta nu mai e în viața să vadă.
Maica mea ar mai fi încă în viață, dacă nu era după tine.
Don't need a translator for that.
Greetings, comrade.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Keep moving.
The question is, what are you doing talking with the police?
It's my son, a family matter. I assure you it will not interfere with our arrangement.
Glad to hear it, because the goods are on the way.
Let me know if you need help with your son. Disciplining wild young men is my specialty.
So these guys were really screaming at each other in Romanian.
Oh, it was wild. It's like a bad movie of the week. Kind of sad.
That really brings back a lot of old memories.
Well, you and your father used to scream at each other like that?
Not like that. We did it in Spanish. But it took me a really long time to figure out that he was only doing it because he loved me.
Do you believe those guys?
They might as well open up a stand. They're dealing in broad daylight.
Let's go close them.
Hey. Oh! Take my car! Hey, stop!
Come on, let's talk to the buyer. Mind telling us what you were doing with those guys?
Not a thing.
Then you don't mind if I pat you down?
Suppose I did mind.
Then we'd have to continue this at the station.
Well, then be my guest.
Put your hands out. It's clean?
Yeah. Imagine that.
Why are your friends in such a hurry?
Look, they're not my friends. Dudes come up to me, and I'm new in town. I don't know what the game is.
You got some ID?
You two work with a guy named Tony Palermo?
Well, what about him?
We play ball together. Just ask him about me, Jamal Rashid. He'll vouch for me. Just ask him.
You can go.
For me?
Unless you don't want.
I want. They're awesome.
They were my grandmother's. Given to her by a Russian count who my grandfather killed in a duel defending her honor.
What was his name? Count Tiffany?
Okay, so maybe these aren't those earrings, but I wanted you to have something special.
In this country, when a guy gives a girl a gift like this, he usually expects something in return.
I expect nothing.
Then what about this one? Can I have it?
No, this was my mother's. Truth. It's the only thing I have left of hers.
How does it look?
I would gladly fight the duel for you myself. These American guys, what is it they expect?
Buy me dessert and you might find out.
Waitress.
Nice rotation.
Been working on it. You want a game?
I want to talk. A couple of my officers saw you talking to some drug dealers today.
Because all three of us are black folk, your people immediately assume I'm a drug dealer too? What's up with that?
You tell me.
Come on, man. These fools came on to me, so I brushed them off. End of story.
Okay, but as far as me vouching for you, Jamal, the only thing I can vouch for is your jump shot.
Hey, it's a start. Hey, you know something, T? Maybe when you get to know me a little bit better, I could use you as a reference.
What kind of reference?
Well, there's this bookstore here on the beach. I stopped by. Turns out the man's hiring, but he wants a local reference.
You working now?
Yeah, but I hate it. Boss man will hire anything that doesn't drag its knuckles. Well, there's this one dude.
Okay, you can use my name, but if you're playing me...
Playing you? Man, whoop, you're not even in my league.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you what.
What's that?
You spot me 5 buckets and still win, I'll give you the reference.
I'll tell you what. I'll spot you 9 buckets. And if you win, you can have your reference.
Check. Oh! Okay, 1-0. I like the way you play. What you want to do?
Attention any black and white or Pacific Blue unit. Report of a Porsche convertible GTA heading south on Speedway at Market. Suspect is male, juvenile with long blonde hair.
That's right here. This is 1 PB7 responding. Look out, people on your right.
This is great.
This is America.
Where are we going next?
I think we get out now.
Oh, come on. Let's zoom up to Santa Barbara.
Maybe later.
What's wrong?
This isn't exactly my vehicle.
You told me your father gave it to you.
I meant he's going to buy me one. This one, I borrow for a test drive.
There he is. Guess who?
Hey!
You're under arrest.
Going my way?
You stole a Porsche wearing blades?
Helps me reach the pedals. Is this going to take long? I have to be somewhere by dinner.
Cancel your reservations, pal. I don't care what immunity you have, you're going down.
None of us needs complications right now, especially you.
So?
So let me handle this. You know, put him someplace safe until we wrap this up.
You mean lock him up? No. That I can give him in his own country. You leave my son to me, or the deal is off. My son is not a criminal, Lieutenant. But being in this city, this culture, where all people think about is money, cars, clothes, it's infected him, made him crazy.
No offense, sir, but your son's craziness has nothing to do with our culture. He gets off on breaking the law. In this country, we call it a sociopath.
Gentlemen, please. The only relevant point is you have no authority to hold this man's son.
Maybe not, but we can initiate procedures to have him declared persona non grata. The next step is deportation.
Why don't you go check on Demetriou? You are not going to have that boy deported, Lieutenant.
I'm certainly not going to let him loose on the streets again.
What's at stake here is a lot more important than some punk kid running wild at the beach.
More important to whom?
Let's just say that the United States government would appreciate it if you'd walk away from this. If that proves too difficult for you, feel free to hop on your bike and pedal over to this man's office. I'm sure he'd love to discuss it with you.
Are you really gonna let this kid go?
Yeah. Then I want you to find out who General William Rossiter is.
You got it.
Hey!
Amazing.
Yes, this is true.
Excuse me, miss. I need to have a word with my son.
Anything you have to say to me, you can say in front of me.
No, it's okay. I'll be over here.
I don't have time for this foolishness, Demetriou.
Well, you never have time for anything.
I know. You feel neglected. But that is why I work so hard to make it better in the future.
There is no future for us. It died with Mother.
I loved your mother more than you will ever know, Demi. You're not the only one with a hole in his heart.
I am a grown man. I live my own life now.
If you keep living it this way, I won't be able to help you. You will lose diplomatic immunity, and they'll send you home.
I don't have a home, and I don't need your help.
You are my son, Demetriou.
Not by choice.
The man is spending entirely too much time at the police station.
Looks like Junior's falling in with the wrong crowd.
It's the old man I'm worried about. I'm beginning to think he may be an unstable asset.
Hey, it's the main man. drop your name and Mr. Bookstore falls all over himself to hire me.
Glad I worked out.
I tell you, being around books all day, feels like I died and gone to heaven. Hey, we got next. Wanna check these temps to school or what?
In a minute. You guys looking for trouble?
Anyone wants to know?
I'm a cop. I busted you two idiots last year.
Hey, you know that got thrown out, don't you, man? I told you you look familiar, Bird.
Unless you want me to get a lot more familiar, I suggest you stay the hell off my beach.
Hey, bro, we already gone. Man calls us idiots when he's the one that's being played for the fool.
What's that supposed to mean?
Your boy Jamal, man, check it out. Think game like that just drops out the sky? Only one place to learn how to play like that, baby, that's Belle Isle. Yeah, that's Detroit, Spanky, so check it. Yeah, and while you at it, check out the name Jimmy Dixon. I know you find it real educational. Hey, Palermo, you playing or not? Yeah, boy, come on, guys, let's go.
I know what I said. Stay off my beach.
Good job. See y'all later. Hey, nice game. Hey, you ever play any college ball?
You, me?
Well, I'd like to talk to you about that. Name's Clemens, South Coast Junior College.
Hey, look, maybe some other time. Gotta get back to work.
Hey, sweet shot, huh?
I'll see you later, too.
Tell you what, that kid's got a bright future if he plays his cards right. Chris Clemens, South Coast Junior College.
Tony Palermo.
A couple years with us, I guarantee he can play for any program in the country. I noticed you were rather friendly with him.
Getting to know him.
Yeah? Well, you know what? You should talk to him. You'd be doing him a big favor.
Right.
My father thinks I'm foolish, a disgrace. He is the disgrace.
Why do you hate him so much?
Because my mother was going to buy milk and eggs when she was murdered in the street.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. But your father
Caused it. He and the other fat old men who thought only of themselves while our country ripped itself apart.
Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, if you keep breaking the law, they're gonna make you leave the country.
That's okay. America's no place to live if my father is here.
Don't do anything stupid, Demetriou. Please.
I see you later.
Demetriou, no!
So what do you got?
Well, it took some doing, but I finally got a line on Radu's handler, Lofton. Turns out, he's a former colonel for the U.S. Marines. Now, the tours of duty are classified. But here's the deal. Now he works for the DOD using the State Department as a cover.
Department of Defense? Doing what?
Classified.
What about the general?
William Rossiter, 4 stars. Definitely works at the Pentagon.
Should I guess?
Classified.
Get him on the phone.
Come on.
Never mind.
You get anywhere with Demetriou's girlfriend?
She's 18 years old, and as far as she's concerned, I'm one of the bad guys.
Give me the money.
I did! Give me the money, old man. Please stop
Knife!
Do it! Do it now.
I'm getting kind of tired of this, Demetriou.
It was weird, Lieutenant. It was like he wanted to get arrested.
Or shot.
Thanks. Demetriou, I'm Lieutenant Palermo.
So?
I'd like to help you, but first you have to tell me what's going on.
I am a refugee from political oppression in my homeland. I wish to forfeit diplomatic immunity in exchange for political asylum.
Political asylum. I can't.
I already used my phone call to buy a lawyer. He arranged everything.
I thought we had an understanding.
Any understanding we had went out the window when that kid pulled a knife and terrorized an old man.
I understand what you're saying, but this isn't your call.
Like hell it isn't. Look, Lofton, I don't care if you work for the DOD, the CIA, or the White House. There's no way I'm turning that kid over to you or anyone else without a damn good reason.
Demetriou's father, Nestor, is working for us.
I figured that out on my own.
He's in a position to deliver to us people who pose a serious threat to our national security.
What kind of threat?
Lieutenant, I can't tell you.
To get Radu to follow through, you have to keep him happy, right? And to keep him happy, you have to keep his son out of jail, right?
In a nutshell.
Not good enough.
Excuse me?
Some vague threats of national security do not convince me to go against my better judgment. You do what you have to, Lofton. The prisoner's staying here.
Actually, he's not. Demetriou's girlfriend and his lawyer just bailed him out.
Good.
Hey, Nestor. Thought it was time we had a little chat.
With all the time you've been spending at the police station, we're feeling neglected.
I told you it's a family problem, nothing that affects our business.
Well, that's a relief, Nestor, because business is good.
Shoulder-launched missiles.
The latest.
Nothing but the best for you, Pops.
And that's just a sample. We can get you the armored personnel carriers in a few days, as promised.
My people will be pleased.
Money talks. Where the missiles walk.
Hey, you're in early. What's up?
I'm surfing the net.
Detroit Examiner. What's in Detroit? Sorry, just passing through. Jimmy Lee Dixon. Isn't that the guy you played basketball with? I think I hear some paperwork calling my name.
What's going on, Lofton?
We packed up all your stuff. We're moving you.
It's not necessary.
Our targets muscle you in broad daylight. I'd say it's very necessary.
You were following me?
We're always following you.
Hey, what about my son?
I've got people at the beach looking for him, okay? Once you're safe, they'll bring him to you. Come on.
Hey, T, what's shaking, baby? Missed you at the game today.
I've been busy. I'm doing some research.
Oh, you got a big case coming down?
I don't know. Got a guy named Jimmy Dixon.
Oh, man. That low-life bird dropped a dime on me, didn't he?
You played me, Jamal.
Nah, T, I didn't.
I suppose you're not Jimmy Dixon either? Suppose you're not the guy who got bounced from college ball for shaving points to pay for a drug habit?
That's right, I'm not that guy. Look, okay, I was Jimmy Dixon. I was one of the kids that the dealers knew down in Michigan with a sweet shot and nothing else. Nothing inside. But Jimmy Dixon is history. This is who I am now. T, you've got to believe that.
I don't know what to believe.
I wonder what happened to political asylum.
Come on, get up, let's go. We need a little security deposit from your father, kid. And guess what? You're in.
Stop, police!
Come here.
Suspect fleeing southbound Speedway in late model blue sedan.
Roger, 127.
This is 1PB7 requesting an ambulance to the senior center on Ozone. I have a single gunshot victim, result of an officer-involved shooting.
Roger, 1PB7.
Victim's ID says that her name was Private First Class Leslie Biggs, on leave from Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Long way to come for some R&R.
Hey, Corey, you know this is a clean shoot.
Still doesn't make me feel any better. Thanks.
Now you're gonna tell me what's going on?
Let's go take a walk. Esther Radu has been a major player in the international arms trade since the Vietnam War. Cambodia, Afghanistan, the Middle East, Bosnia. Wherever people need weapons, he delivers.
Our government's kind of guy.
We only got involved when he came to us wanting out of the game.
So what's Uncle Sam care?
Most of the ordnance Radu sells is stolen from U.S. bases. He agreed to turn over his biggest supplier.
Wild guess. Soldiers at Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Over the last 14 months alone, some 22 M90 tanks have disappeared from bases around the Midwest.
Oh, you're saying tanks?
And Humvees, rocket launchers, and other materiel and ordnance you wouldn't believe.
And those weapons are turning up on my streets?
Undoubtedly. That's what we're up against here, Lieutenant. Now, Radu identified a supply sergeant named Breyer, who's the brains of the whole operation. He's the one that got away.
So you want Radu to make the buy so you can catch this traitor red-handed? In exchange for what?
U.S. citizenship and assistance in relocating to this country.
Let me get this straight. Radu spreads death around the globe for 30 years, and in exchange for a few names, all is forgiven. And you use my tax dollars to set him up in Palm Springs like some kind of ex-president?
Him and Dimitriou. Now, if you don't like it, write your congressman. Right now, I'm just trying to salvage this operation. I'm afraid that Breyer suspects Radu of setting him up, and he tried to nab his kid as leverage.
And my people end up in a gun battle in the middle of the boardwalk? Look, Lofton, do me a favor. Do what you have to, but just do it somewhere else, okay?
Love to, but there's only one problem. You can't find Dimitriou.
Thanks, Cam. I'll have the file sent over as soon as possible. Okay.
A minute?
For what?
Look, I know you're probably jacked out of shape out of everything that's been going on. But before you make up your mind about me, I want you to know what I'm all about.
You got a pretty good picture.
Well, let me tell you something that's not in there. Jimmy Dixon could barely read. 3 years, I had to get a roommate to read me my ink in the sports pages. Ever since I was 12. basketball was my ticket. No one cared about my mind, my character. All they wanted to see was a kid that could play above the rim, put bodies in the seats.
Look, I hear what you're saying. That's no excuse.
Getting bounced was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. It showed me that if I wanted to make it, I'd have to do it on my own.
By becoming someone else?
But it wasn't just about changing my name. I taught myself to read. I want to go back to college, Lieutenant. But this time, I want to do it right.
By looking to get another free ride under a new name. Why? So you can prove you still have it? Get another shot at the pros?
No, to get an education. 4 years from now, I'll be 27 with needs of someone your age. By then, who knows where my game will be? Who cares? To get an education, that's something I can use for the rest of my life. T, I had a plan. Who knew it would all unravel because I met some cop at a pickup game at the beach?
It's Demetrius' girlfriend. Back off, guys! You okay?
Yeah.
Jerks. Yeah, well, the boardwalk's full of them. Listen, we're looking for Dimitri. Do you know where he might be?
No, and I'm starting to freak. Is he in trouble?
More than I think he realizes. Listen, you have no idea where he might be. Maybe an apartment or a place he hangs out?
No, we always went to my place. I never knew where he hung out.
Okay, well, if you see him or can think of anything that might help us find him, give us a call, okay? We really want to help him. Yeah, and Vicky, take care, all right?
Lieutenant Palermo?
Mr. Radu. Surprised Lofton let you out of his sight.
Oh, he doesn't know yet. I'm gone. Nobody knows. I've learned a few tricks over the years.
Taking a big risk being out here on your own.
I don't worry about myself. I worry about my son. He's the only family I have. His mother was killed when Dimitri was young.
You know, he's still very young.
Yes, you're right, he is. And young people, they see the world in black and white. As a man gets older, starts making his way, he learns the world presents itself in shades of gray.
Sometimes. Other times, the choices are very clear.
And you disapprove of my choices. So be it. I've done what I have for one reason, to provide for my son, give him everything he needs. He hates me for it.
Maybe he needs something else from you.
That is why I'm here, to start a new life with my son. But I need your help.
Demetriu!
So you're talking to the police?
They said you were in danger.
No. It is my father who is in danger.
I thought you hated him.
I hate the things he has done. But still, he is...
Your father?
I have always dreamed one day he would look at me as the son he wanted. Tomorrow will be that day.
What are you gonna do?
Stand by my family. Like a man.
Demetriu, wait.
Telling me that if you blow the whistle on Jamal, that's it for his dreams of college?
Probably. He can't afford to go without a scholarship.
He only changed his name, Tony.
NCAA regulations
are not part of our jurisdiction.
I'm trying to do the right thing. I just don't know what it is.
Let me ask you something. How many times you had a guy you know was scum
But you cut him a deal. You trade it up. You let him walk for some higher purpose.
More times than I'd like to think about.
So how come we never do that for the good guys?
Showtime, people.
All right, everyone listen up. What we're looking to do is have Breyer take the case and let the homing device lead us to the weapons.
Nobody break cover. Nobody discharge a weapon.
Lieutenant, this is McNamara. Come in.
Go ahead, Corey.
Lieutenant, we have reliable information that Dimitri is armed and possibly on his way to your location.
Great, just what we need. Everyone keep an eye out for Dimitriou. Hold your positions.
Come here, just as you asked. I bring you, what's the phrase? Earnest money, to reassure you I'm serious.
Well, let's see it. Come on.
Here comes Dimitri.
Move in, move in, move in, move in!
Drop the gun. Drop it!
I never wanted you to be in danger. It was my fault. I acted foolishly. If you hadn't stopped him, they would have killed me. You are my son, Dimitri. I would do anything for you.
We got an ambulance on the way.
No, I take care of him. He's my father.
Hey, Tony, did you see this? State Department officials announced today that Nestor Radu, a Romanian national, will be offered U.S. citizenship in exchange for his role in the breakup of an illegal arms ring involving U.S. Army personnel, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Here's the good part. Mr. Radu says that he and his son plan to relocate to Del Mar, California.
Our tax dollars at work. Actually, they could both use a fresh start. I hope they're happy there.
Hey. How you doing? How's it going? Good. Well, I guess you didn't put a good word in for me, huh?
What's them all?
No. Well, I guess I'm too late anyway. He just signed a letter of intent to go to Cal Berkeley. Do you believe that? I mean, they've signed some decent talent over the years, but a kid like Jamal can go anywhere he wants.
Maybe so. Not many places will get a better education, though.
Hey.
Hey, back.
Hey, take it easy.
Thanks. So you got room out there for an old man?
Who, you?
I think there's a few things I could teach you before you go off to college.
On the court?
Where else? You're already better read than I am.